Hello everybody, welcome to Knoxville Raceway. Eric Arnold, track historian, and to kind of celebrate our 65th season of racing here, wanted to get with some people throughout kind of historic moments of the Knoxville Raceway, and even though she's going to argue with me that it's not, it is. This is Lisa French, one of the first of many female competitors that we've had here at the track. And let's see, first let's kind of get started with, how did you get started in racing, period? Like, what led to the decision of you racing and then getting into a sprint car?
Well, it was actually kind of a long process. That my dad actually used to race sprint cars back in the 70s, and he had a really bad accident at Hawkeye Downs when I was like in kindergarten and nearly died. Nearly lost his arm. They went and amputated it, permanent double vision. So while I still loved sprint car racing, I didn't always really like the fact of having someone I knew racing them, because I felt they were I didn't want to see someone else get really hurt. And my brother started racing go-karts, and when he took an accident, my dad put my brother in a quarter midgets, because where his hometown was in Lincoln, Illinois. They had a huge club there, and so one thing led to another. There are a lot of female drivers in quarter midgets, high percentage, and so it was not a big deal to be a female driver there. And so they talked me into racing, and I just moved up to midgets, and then we established ourselves in Pleasantville with a business. And so my midgets sat idle while we were here every weekend, and I said, okay, put me a sprint car together. And so that's raced in 92 and 93 here.
Yep. So the first woman to race here was a lady by the name of Cheryl Burgard, 1978, from Pennsylvania. Then we had Cheryl Glass in 1980. Then Melinda Dumsney was a year before you, and you and Melinda would have raced the same season there.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. I actually, the funny thing is that the year before I started racing, I was actually babysitting Mitchell and Michaela while Max and Melinda were racing, and then the next year I was racing as well. So kind of cool to have. It was kind of a cool moment to have two females here racing that year.
What was it like the first time getting in a sprint car at Knoxville Raceway? Like, what was those emotions, those feelings?
I think just because of the history of the track, and it is quite overwhelming, just because you know that the best of the best race here. So I will actually, my very first race here was the Outlaw race in 92, and people were like, you're really going to kill your daughter. Like, your first sprint car race is going to be with World of Outlaws. And I will never forget the feeling of Steve Kidser passing me. Like, I felt like I was just sitting still on the track. So, but we learned a lot and improved a lot. And so, and I don't know, if you want to learn, you might as well learn with the best, and that's right here in Knoxville.
What were some of the challenges at the time? Because back then we didn't have a lot of female competitors. What were the challenges, I guess, that you faced maybe from other competitors? What was kind of the overall feeling of a female competing with them?
Yeah, you know, and I was thinking about the fact that when my dad raced and was then a car owner, not only were there not female drivers, but they weren't even allowed in the pits. So think about how far it's come. I mean, not only do we have it's not uncommon to see drivers around the country, but we have car owners, we have pit crew members. I mean, women are so involved throughout the racing industry, and it's really great to see the growth. But it was weird for me because, like I said, I started in quarter midget, so it wasn't a big deal. You were just a kid racing. You weren't a girl racing, and the boys knew that at any given time they were going to get beat by a girl. And so then moving up to midgets and being one of the only females racing a midget, you definitely get some flack. Like back then I did. And so I was at a World of Outlaws show in Oklahoma, and an outlaw official said, be careful or watch out for Sammy because he got taken out by a girl last night. So it was almost like this feeling of you're just going to be in the way type of attitude. So it's really awesome to see, you know, like McKenna, I mean, making history and hopefully getting rid of that stigma for female drivers.
What's some advice you would give to some younger women that are racing midgets now or at English Creek, and then now they're racing here like McKenna? What's some advice you would give to them just getting started in racing? Well,
just never box yourself in. I think that was also another advantage, that my dad didn't treat me like a stereotypical, he didn't stereotype me as a female or girl or whatever. And he just always believed in me that I could do whatever I wanted. And so that was always helpful, even though I had doubts myself sometimes. Racing definitely provided a lot of personal growth for me. So I just think that if you want to do it, and don't give up, and don't let other people stand in your way. And look for, I think the biggest help too is also to find a mentor, someone who's willing to take the time, that's been in it, that will show you track lines, or, just work with you and help you build your confidence. I think that was some of my bigger strides, were finding those people in racing.
You still want to race?
My kids would love, especially my son would love to see me race. I remember when the Masters Classic was a thing. My son had a countdown how many years it was till I could race the Masters Classic. But I would say no. I mean, maybe a midget or something. I don't know. But I'm happy to be on this side of the track now and just watching my friends race. So.
Well, you've made Knoxville your home. What's Lisa French up to these days?
I work at the Knoxville Hospital and Clinics, and in the administration there, and I worked there like 11 years, so that's been really a great place for me, and I'm really proud to call that my employer. And other than that, then I'm working on writing a book, and so just staying busy.
Sounds like it. Well, thanks for taking some time with us, and 65 years at Knoxville Raceway. This is the 4th woman to race here, so thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Eric.